Hello, today we're doing more practice subtraction with renaming. Okay, so find the difference and write it in its simplest form. So the first step is always to get these into, as you say, apples, and comparing apples to apples instead of apples to oranges. We need to get the denominator to be the same. Okay, remember the trick last time is if we take this denominator and multiply it bottom and top over here, what are we going to get? So 5 times 1 would be 5 over 5 times 2 is 10. Okay. Now we do the same thing backwards, where we take this denominator and we multiply it to the top and bottom of this fraction. So 2 times 5 is 10. All right, and 2 times 1 is 2. So notice now we have common denominator of 10. Now this is ready to perform. Is it quite ready to perform the operation of the subtraction? Not quite, because 2 take away 5 would give us a negative number. That doesn't work. So we need to borrow from this fresh pizza. Now we're not going to have any more hot unopened pizzas, but this is going to turn into a box of 10 over 10. Okay, full box of pizza, and I chose 10 because we're doing pieces that have 10 slices in them, and they still have all 10 of those slices. And I'm going to drop this part down 2/10. And before we do the subtraction, I'm going to combine these. So 10 and 2 makes 12 over, leave the denominator the same, over 10. Now I just bring this part down. So 12 over 10 minus 5 over 10. Common denominator, so we're all set there. I'm going to just write over 10. I do 12 minus 5 is 7. Okay, so we have no more whole numbers. Our fraction ends up just being 7 over 10. Okay, let's practice another one. So we need to get common fractions. Is there any way I can multiply 5 to make 6? No, 5, 10, 15. No, we're already too far past. So we need to change both of these fractions. So I'm going to take this side, okay, 1 over 6 is going to be multiplied by 5 over 5. Okay, so I'm going to take this denominator, I'm going to multiply top and bottom of this fraction. So 1 times 5 is 5. 6 times 5 is 30. Okay, now we go the other way. We take the 6 and we're going to multiply it. Let me fill in the rest of these gaps. Maybe that'll help, because there's this big whole number 13 over here. We just changed the 1/6 to 5 over 30. Then we have minus a whole 3. But instead of 4/5, I'm going to write 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 4 is 24. Okay, now see how we have a common denominators on the fractions. That's good. Now 5 minus 24, that would give us a negative number, so I need to open one of these big boxes of pizza. So this 13 is going to become 12 whole pizzas, and what is it going to be? It's going to be we're going to open this pizza. It's going to have all of its slices. How many slices are there? 30. Remember, these are size slice. There's 30 slices in each box. So it's going to be 30, and they're all there right now, because we just opened that box. 30 over 30 slices. Then we have this cold box of pizza over here. Now before I drop this down so it doesn't get too confusing, let's combine these. Okay. So this is all this left side of the problem here currently. But let's put these fractions together. 30 and 5 makes 35 over 30. Remember, there's 12 hot boxes still. minus, now I bring this side down, 3 and 24 over 30. Okay, so now we have common denominators on the fractions, and the thing that we're taking away is smaller than the 35, right? If we took 24 from 35, we wouldn't go negative, so we're all set. So now, if you recall, what do? We go in order of subtracting the whole number, so 12 minus 3 would be 9. Now, what is 35 take away 24? That would be 11, right? Doing that in red. 35 take away 24 is 11 over 30. So the final answer would be 9 and 11/30ths right there. Next one. So notice all of these are a little bit trickier than the ones we practiced yesterday because we have to change both of the denominators first. Now we typically would look at the smaller denominator. Is there any way I could do 4 times 2? Can I do 4? No, that would be 8. Already too big. 4 times 3 would be 12. Okay, so that doesn't work. So we have to change both of these in order to find the lowest common multiple of these fractions. So let's try the trick we learned earlier. So this will always work. If you do 4 times 2, okay, so 2 times 4 is 8, over 5 times 4 would be 20. Bring over the 12. So that left side is done already. Now we're going to do the right side. We're not touching this big 5. It's still there. We have to change this fraction. So we're going to do 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20. Now notice on the fractions we have common denominators. But we need to do some work because 8 minus 15, if we were to subtract 15 from 8, we would go negative. Okay, so we have to split, we have to crack open one of these hot boxes of pizza. So now there's going to be 11 unopened hot boxes and a brand new box that's still warm with 20 of its 20 slices left. Plus the cold slices. Okay, so that was 8 over 20. Okay, so 20 plus 8 is 28 over 20. Bring down the hot boxes over here. Okay, now the right side of the problem I just copied down. Now we've reached the criteria where the fractions are like in that they have the same denominator. And the thing that we're taking away, 15, is smaller than 28, so we're not going to go negative, so that's good. So now we just take 11 minus 5 would be 6 hot pizzas left after we take these away. And then what is 28 minus 15? It's going to be over 20. It's going to give us 13, right? 28 minus 15 is 13. That would be the final answer, 6 and 13 over 20. All right, one last of these to practice. Okay, so if you recall, the first thing is to get the fractions to have matching denominators. So I'm going to take this denominator of 9 and multiply it to both of these numbers. So 3 times 9 is 27. 8 times 9 would be 72. Okay, now we do the other side. So we take 8 and multiply it over here. So 8 times 7 would be 56. Let's bring in these whole numbers so we don't get lost. So that was 9 and 3/8 becomes 9 and 27 over 72 minus the big numbers 2. 8 times 7 is 56 over 8 times 9, 72. Okay, so we have our matching denominators. But before we proceed, if we were to try to take away 56 from 27, it would not work very well. We'd get a negative number. Okay, so we have to split this pile of hot unopened pizzas. Okay, so we're going to take one away. So now there's 8 hot open and unopened pizzas and a brand new box with 72 of its 72 slices remaining. And then we have the cold box, where it has 27 of its 72 slices remaining. I'll hold off on writing the right side. So what is 72 plus 27? If I put those together, we'll get 99 over 72 and these 8 unopened pizzas minus, now I'll just copy down this right half of the problem. Okay, so 99, right? Matching denominators, so we can do this. Let's do the whole numbers first. Okay, so 8 minus 2 would be 6. Okay, so 6 full pizzas left, and we probably have a few slices left. What is 99 minus 56? Would be 43 over, the denominator again doesn't change. Okay, so 6 and 43 of a possible 72 slices remain. Okay, so there we are. Great job.